Hello and welcome to Alyshia Rose Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me for our very first pick a card reading together. Today's reading is going to be Retrograde Reflections. I know that pop culture has sort of given retrograde, especially the infamous Mercury retrograde, a map, but it's really just an invitation from the universe to pause, to step back and reflect, and make sure that we are in alignment before moving forward. It can be kind of difficult in our culture to slow down, but that is a very important step in our progress. If you're watching this shortly after posting, you've probably heard we've got a bunch of planets in retrograde right now. But this is a timeless video. If you're feeling called to go inward and take some time, this reading is here for you. If you've never done a pick a card reading before, an extra special welcome. All you gotta do is take a breath and see where your attention goes. See what stone really draws you in. We're looking to lean into our intuition here instead of overthinking it, which I know is easier said than done. But to give you a closer look at our options, we have for group 1, we have Smoky Quartz with red Epidote. For group 2, we have Carnelian, beautiful raw piece. For group 3, we have Celestite. And for group 4, we have a cube of moss agate. Beautiful. So just take a moment. See which really draws you in. If you're having trouble picking between two, I invite you to check out both readings. You may have messages in both. And I will see you at your part of the video. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. This reading is for you if you selected this incredible Smoky Quartz with red Epidote. And one of your messages is about the stone you chose. I want you to look at your dreams. Even if you say, maybe you think you don't dream, a lot of times it just takes a little bit of intention to remember, and the important details will come back to you. But let's take a look at your card. Beautiful. We have a major arcana here called Temperance. You are really being asked to bring things back into balance. Something is out of balance for you, and it's more, we're looking internally here. I'm feeling some heaviness of emotion. I'm feeling maybe even denying that heaviness of emotion, but it's having a real impact on even the small parts of your day. Before we get too much deeper, I want to take a look at your energies a little bit more. So if anything really stands out to you, if you're seeing like any favorite colors or animals or symbols or numbers, anything that's significant for you, this is just a really good confirmation that this is your reading and you're meant to be listening today. So your rose is the storyteller. That is incredible. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like there is a lot of the stories that you have to tell are your own, are traumas from the past that you have absolutely triumphed over. But it's taking you a little while to find that voice. The number for that one is 31. It's a 4. Oh, for our animal, we have cow spirit. The miracles are endless. That is such, it's just such a fun and loving card. Miracles are endless. I hope that you don't get trapped in the past. I hope that you don't get trapped in the way that things have been, because they don't always have to be that way, and there's some really gorgeous things waiting for you. And we have space. Wow. It's, there's a bit of a mindset shift that may, I think you've been working on it. I think you've been really working hard, and it's time to just let go of the darkness even further. Because when I look at this card, I see it one way, and I wonder if some of you are seeing it a different way, because I see potential. I see this blank slate, this clean canvas. I see, you know, the abyss of the universe and all that it can hold, and that potential for miracles. But I can also see how you may see it as a bit more heavy. You may see it as the darkness, and there's fear around that, and almost a feeling of suffocating. I don't love that for you. I think you've gone through so much, and I'm not telling you that you have to do all of this hard work. I'm just asking that you find ways to put down some of the weight that you're carrying. Let's see what else we have for you. For your tarot cards, we have the Seven of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. There is so much potential for passion for something new that is very emotionally fulfilling, very inspiring, very loving. I do see the potential for a new relationship, especially with this Page of Cups here. It's almost an invitation to learn what love can be. I'm not sure that you received, familial love or as much love in the past that you truly deserve. There's almost this sandwiching happening of what could be with it. It's being blocked at both ends by suffering that you've experienced in the past. Here we have a real rejection happening. I feel like it could really range from, abandonment issues, in all their forms are really coming up here. Adoption and a loss of home in some way could be your personal experience as well. Over here we have conflict, but something you've risen up from. I'm getting almost a guarded energy from you, but it's really how you learn to survive. It's how you learn to cope. You had to take arms. You had to stand up for yourself, and you had to, I feel like you maybe had to grow up a lot more quickly than you should have had to. And Temperance is really asking you to put some of that down, it's inviting you to see that you don't always have to be armed, even if that's what the past has shown you. I wish that I could go back and do something for the you that went through all of this. But I can talk to the you now and tell you that there are beautiful things to come. And I just want you to be able to invite them in. So this Mercury retrograde and this retrograde period, this period of your life when you're reading this, it is absolutely just inviting you to cut any cords and let go of anything that's ready to be released, any armor, take it off that you no longer need to wear. You're so strong. That's just so much strength in you. Let's get a little bit more advice. Oh, wow. Here, let's bring this one nice and close. Surrender, letting go of the darkness. And this is 28. So we have a 10 here. 10 is about ending and new beginnings. New beginnings. They don't have to look like the past. I know it's all easier said than done. You've been doing a great job, but this is just another permission slip to soften, to really soften. What an incredible, wow, afterlife. This is very interesting here. She's very exposed, which is something I think that would make you uncomfortable. But it is the next step for you. I just get such a beautiful image of new beginnings. Your spirit is really what brought you here. Your intuition is really what led you, and there is a part of you that knows that all of this is true. Let's get a little affirmation. Overthinking can spoil the magic. Don't I know it? Again, it's not easy. You've been doing such a great job. I am going to come back. I'm seeing these eyes here. I think part of you is afraid to be seen for who you really are because it may not have been safe. May not have been safe in your past. May not have been safe in your past lives. But, if there's one thing that's sure in the universe, it's that change is inevitable and change is coming for you. And I think that, oh, wow, 0, 0. So we've got our brand new beginning here. Just don't let your mind spoil it. Don't let fears from the past color the opportunities for the future. Thank you so much for listening to your reading. I will have a little journal prompt PDF for you below, and I invite you to sit with that, sit with yourself, and just see the beauty that's within you. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. This one's for you if you picked the Carnelian. Your card is the Page of Wands. And I'm really getting the feeling that this card, it's less a message and more of like a description. I'm really getting a fun energy from you, a playful, almost a young energy. So either you are quite young or you are young at heart. There's kind of a silly, and just a very youthful kind of spirit, and it's a lot of fun. Let's see a little bit more about you before we go forward. Your rose is the hero. Oh, that yellow, again, is just so fun. The hero, for me, I almost want to say the superhero. I'm just getting vibes of big dreams, big hopes, big ideals for how the world should look, and why doesn't it look like that? Why is it not more fair? I think there's a real innocence to you that's just super beautiful. Beaver spirit, lay a foundation. Interesting. I think this one is especially going out to those of you that are a bit younger, that may be graduating soon and are trying to build their place in the world. But it's also asking for a bit of a balance to all that fire energy that you do hold inside. and intuition. Awesome, awesome. Never let go of your intuition. Never let someone else challenge you to, oh, that's not quite what I mean. I just don't want anyone pushing you to silence your intuition, to, you know, it's this balance for you about not growing old, not growing up. I'm trying to, it's kind of hard to express. It's just so airy and fun and sparkle. There's a lot of sparkle to this energy. But we often talk about how children's minds are so much more open until certain life experiences and certain institutions try to shut them down. So really keeping your intuition alive, keeping that hero spirit alive while still building a solid foundation, that's where the responsibility comes into play. I'm also getting this message. You might be going through your Saturn return right now, which would still put you fairly young, I like to say so myself. So if any of those colors, those animals, any of the numbers that came up really struck you, or if anything I said really resonated with you, you know this file is for you. Let's see what the tarot is asking to share. Well, there's the Emperor, which is very much that beaver, laying a foundation. We've got a 5 of Cups and 4 of Cups. I almost want to switch those, so I think I will. And the 8 of Cups. Wow, a lot of emotion in this pile here, happening with all this Cups energy. All right. So I am getting disillusionment is coming up for me. So I'm getting this feeling that you are being called to, the Emperor is the number 4. He's a square. Well, he's not, you don't have to be a square to be responsible, but he's stable. He's got his foundation, he's grounded, and that may sound boring, but it is necessary to build the castle of our dreams on top of, right? So I think that's the phase of life you're in right now, is you're really being called to build that foundation for yourself and lean into responsibility without losing your spark. Now, when I was talking about disillusionment, disenchantment, that's kind of what I'm seeing here with this 4 and 5 of Cups. I don't want you to worry. I'm not seeing anything really big going wrong. Although I'm getting the sense that this Mercury retrograde period, or even just this period in your life, has been marred a little bit by lots of little challenges, lots of sending the email to the wrong person, forgetting your keys inside your car, that sort of thing that can really in the moment feel like make or break it. It can really throw a wrench in your day, but it's just calling for you to slow down a little bit and take on a responsible frame of mind. But I think it also goes bigger. I'm getting the sense of you starting to see, you're being more submerged in what some call the real world. I don't love that, but sort of the adult world in some cases, as opposed to the superhero energy. It's very much that, you've gone from a world of fiction and could be to a world of nonfiction and is. And reality, our current reality, probably doesn't match up to the ideals that you still believe in. And I want you to keep believing in them, because what the world is not what it has to be. And it's people like you that believe in more, that believe in goodness and equality and just the potential for everyone to have what they need. I don't want you to lose that. I want you to grow a little bit so that you can shoulder some of the responsibility to help us build that world that you see possible. Very interesting, especially if you're in school and you're starting to make choices on which path to take. This card, Eight of Cups, is really telling you that you don't have to settle. There is some settle energy here. It's, how do I say, just don't give up on your ideals, on the way the world can be. I'm getting goosebumps. I'm so excited. I just don't want you to become jaded. I want you to know that together, this world you want to build is possible. And even if it, it starts to get a little bit better, we know it can get even greater. We know that there is so much potential for us as humanity and not to settle for less. This is just such a powerful combination. I really, really enjoy it. I'm wondering, let's see if I pick up on anything else. Just following your heart. You've got such a pure heart. Let's leave you here. And let's see what other messages we have from Spirit. This one is Not a Flame Creativity. This deck is very interesting. To simplify it, it's about seeing things for the magic potential that they have. It's seeing things for more than their physical. So it's not just a fire, it is a spark of potential. There is so much potential, and I mean, this is quite Page of Wands energy as it is. I think that your creative nature is something to really hold on to and cherish, and it's one of your strengths. You may be an artist of so many kinds. I think there's some photographers out there that really prize showing the way they see the world. But it also doesn't have to be two-dimensional or even visual art. Creativity comes in so many ways. It's just really birthing something new. Birthing something new. Yes. Wow. Here we have trust. There's just so much to unpack with this card. I'm being really drawn to the two different sets of eyes. One of them are framed with wings. They're almost angelic, but they're still humanoid, you could say. And the other, I'm seeing cat eyes. Really, it is your ability to perceive not only what is there, but what could be, the potential of things. These fish bring us back to the cups that we were seeing before. So you are really being led by your emotions, cups, and by your passions, which is wands or the element of fire. And that's why the Emperor came up for you, and why that beaver card about laying the foundation came up for you, because it's just asking for you to develop your grounded side a little bit more, your earthy side. Virgos don't have to be boring. Capricorns and Taurus don't have to be boring. We don't have to be. If that energy, the earth energy, sounds boring to you, I suggest... I don't know what I suggest. I just have so much earth energy, and I don't consider myself boring. Let's see. Even just looking up earth memes, earth sign memes might bring you some inspiration. Now, here is your affirmation. What does your soul say? Yes. I think that you do have a powerful mind, and the mind will always have its place, but for you, the mind is not what is meant to lead you. It is your emotions, it is your passion, and that is how you communicate with your soul. So, just so happy. I'd love if you shared in the comments what you're creating, what you're working on, and maybe how old you are and how old you feel, because I'm just getting such a fun, lighthearted energy from you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, Group 2, and I can't wait to see you next time. Hello and welcome to your pile, Group 3. Thank you so much for joining me. This pile is yours if you selected this beautiful piece of Celestite. There we go. And your card is the Ace of Wands. Ooh, awesome. There's something really just around the corner for you. Feels like it's waiting to manifest. Because right now, you are especially still in a phase of letting go of some stuff, releasing some blocks to really make room for this new thing. It could definitely be a very passionate relationship, something with a lot of spark, but it could just as easily be a really new creative project, a new creative direction, something that lights you up, just totally excites you. You might not know what it is just yet, or you may have some idea. It's something that you could have been waiting for a while, especially something that may have been delayed. Now, before we get too far in your message, we are going to take a little bit of a closer look at the energies that you're giving. A little bit more of a look at your energies. So if any of the images, any of the colors or numbers, anything at all really stands out or resonates for you, you know this is your pile. Also, there's someone out there among you that is super into lip balm. Like, just one of those people that's like, I need this in my purse, I need this in my pocket all the time. I'm not sure who it is. Let me know in the comments if it's you, but I've got some lip chat lovers out there. Now, your rose is the Priest. Wow. Oh, so much power. There's a lot of, I'm also getting a refinement. I'm getting a strength. It's very interesting. I'm getting some air energy as well as the fire energy. Someone that has a strong sense of right and wrong. He's so sweet. We have the dog spirit. Be loyal to what you love. So you probably already know what that is. You may not know the way forward. You may not know. There's a lot you might not know, but I think what you believe in has been strong from a young age, and you will stick with it. Even if there's doubt that comes from others. He's just so striking. I will share him. Such a beautiful card. And there's a loyalty that comes through as well. I mean, obviously we've got the word right there, but a loyalty to what you believe in. And then we have movement. Awesome. This is super reminiscent of, I believe it's the 8 of Wands in tarot. these straight up, you see the wands right in there. Just this energy of forward motion, of progress, of improvement. All right. What does the tarot have to share with you? We have the Three of Swords, some of that air energy, the Seven of Cups, the World, wow, and the Six of Cups. Awesome. Okay. You really went through something. I mean, I know that can pretty much always apply, but it's when I see this card, I often get this message that you have broken your own heart. What I mean by that is, regardless of what has happened, your mind has really taken that, you've taken it to heart, and it's really impacted you. It's a strong message of lingering trauma, of a lot of fear, a lot of pain that has been intellectualized. So anxiety, and, ruminating thoughts, nightmares may be something for you. But what I find really fascinating is it's just over here in the beginning, and then we get really positive. So it feels like it's on its way out. You've done a lot of work, a lot of healing, you've made a lot of progress, you've been through a lot, and I'm really getting the sense that this is more past energy or becoming past energy. And I'm really excited for you. I'm really happy to see that. Now here, we've just got this, just so much potential. I wish I could narrow down what this is for you, but I mean, this is a general reading, so it's going to be different for different ones of you, hey? But there's so much potential here. You may be experiencing almost too much potential. There's so many different ways forward for you, and there's a chance that a lot of them seem really appealing. A lot of them do seem like they could bring some emotional satisfaction or some joy. I'm also getting a little bit of skepticism, and I think it's healthy skepticism. Especially with this Three of Swords, you could be running into situations where you're being a little bit too maybe distrusting of some of the potentials. But overall, I'm just getting the sense that you've got a lot of options. And that's one of the reasons that we have the dog spirit come out earlier, of being loyal to what you love. Because even if your mind doesn't necessarily know which way to go, I think your heart does. And this potential is only magnified by this World card. So we've got this major arcana, and when we're pairing it with this Ace of Wands, there's just, I know I keep saying the word potential, but it's just so beautiful. It's so expansive, and it's coming soon. Like, I'm almost glad that you're getting a little bit of a rest, a little bit of time for reflection, because there's going to be a lot happening for you very soon. So if you're in a moment of pause that you weren't seeking, or like if you're feeling the sense of rushing, I invite you to just take a deep breath and let some of that pressure off of yourself. Things are going to unfold in a really interesting way. And I hope that you can be open to positive exchange with others. I'm getting more of an independent energy from you, more self-reliant. You may have had to be. And I'm not saying that you need to make everything a group project, that you need to rely on someone else. It's nothing like that. But sometimes we need to, and if you need to, I hope that you will let yourself, if that is what you need. But overall, just inviting others in that are aligned with your beliefs, that that feel supportive. Allow yourself to be supported by community and by the other. There is such a big difference between codependency and just finding solace and comfort in someone else. It's not. There is safety in that. You don't have to be afraid of becoming codependent or becoming reliant on someone else, because you're always going to have that really strong, fierce heart in you, and just sharing it a little bit. Wonderful, wonderful. So that is the tarot for you. And let's see what some of the oracle cards have to say. It's so fun. Fluidity. Now, is that Finding Nemo, or is that his dad, maybe? Very interesting. Whew, I'm getting a lot off of this card. Just this energy that you are a part of something so much bigger than yourself, so much greater than yourself. And I think that you recognize that. But there's a part of you that doesn't, I want to say that doesn't want to submit, but there's a strength in submitting, in the way that I'm receiving this message. It's not about becoming weaker. It's not about giving up a part of yourself. It's about really recognizing that you are a part of a whole, and you are connected to everything and everyone, and that there's beauty in that, and that it's okay. And that to make the biggest impact, the impact that you are meant to create in this world, there is going to be some union. There's going to be some fluidity necessary. Absolutely. As opposed to the air energy in you that is more intellectualized, and the fire energy that's more independent, that I'm picking up on. This is really more of a Piscean unity, just we're all one kind of energy, which may seem a little bit foreign to you. And this is really just you following the light of your soul. Wow, rebirth. I love this card so much. Here, it's really a testament to, I think you're very hard on yourself, for one. This card is really about the beauty of imperfection and what we've been through in the past, and how that has shaped us into who we are today and the potential that we have for tomorrow. You may be familiar with the Japanese practice of filling broken pieces of pottery and creations with gold, and it creates something even more beautiful than when it was whole. So if you're feeling a little bit broken down by anything that's happened lately, or anything that happened in the more distant past that's really coming up and asking to be integrated, and it's kind of rearing its head again, just know that it doesn't make you weak. It's not a weakness. This is where you can find your strength. I almost feel, how do I say this? You may have been someone that has been hardened by some of your pain, and it gives you a little bit of a more critical eye when you're looking at experiences others have gone through. And Spirit is kind of asking you to soften and see. It's hard to verbalize, but it's a bit of compassion, a bit of forgiveness of other people's flaws as well. Forgiving those that haven't been as strong as you, that have not been able to find their strength through their pain like you have, and recognizing that everyone is on a different part of their healing journey. All right. And your final card is Fierce Serenity. So there's a little bit more of that fire energy coming back. And it's really not about becoming less of who you are or becoming more of someone else. It's about being the most passionate, purely sorry. I'm not sure that emotions are easy for you to talk about, especially other people's. There's a bit of a block there, but just go a little bit easier on yourself and the people around you. And honestly, you're going to do great things, so I wouldn't worry beyond that. Thank you so much for joining me for your reading group 3, and take a look in the description below for your fillable PDF if you'd like to reflect further. Thanks, guys. Hello and welcome to your reading group 4. Group 4. Actually pretty perfect because we have the cube. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very stable person, very grounded, very earthy energy here. And your tarot card matches perfectly with the Knight of Pentacles. So we're going to begin by looking a little bit more into your energy. So if anything that I say, any of the imagery, the animals, the colors stands out to you and really resonates, you know that this is your group. We're going to begin with your Rose 4-4. The Seeker. 4 plus 4 is 8. I'm seeing abundance. I'm seeing someone that from a really young age was either naturally responsible or was had responsibility put on them. And I just see you as seeking stability, seeking a foundation, to build a life, to, buy a house, have a secure job. Very, very practical matters are coming up here. I just think he's super beautiful, very earthy energy. Strong Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus placements, especially Capricorn. Your animal is the Mouse Spirit. Oh my gosh, you guys, can't make this up. We have another 4. 4 is all about stability, right? It's groundedness. It's everything that I was just talking about here. And this is so cute. Tend to the small things. I think that's something that, again, comes very naturally to you. I'm getting some more Virgo energy. I feel that myself. Really having eyes for the details, really seeing the little things. You, if you're watching this shortly after posting, the Mercury retrograde is probably really hitting home for you, or you're really noticing it in other people and being like, why aren't you just double checking? Why aren't you just, how did you not notice that? How didn't you see that? Or you're just really feeling a huge mix up, a huge disruption to your usual routine, and you're making those small mistakes yourself. And I hope you're not being too hard on yourself, but even as I say that, I know that you probably are. So I forgive you and give you permission to forgive yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and forgive myself as well, because I feel that. All right. Let's look a bit more. Now, 2 cards really wanted to come up for you in this group. And we've got Disruption. All right, Disruption and Illumination. And I can see why those cards wanted to come out together. I feel like there's someone out there in the group. Oh, just got the goosebumps. I think there's at least one of you that saw this color combination and was like, yes, love it. But the message here is super strong as well. And it's that this disruption that's happening for you right now will bring illumination if you let it. If you take a step back and let breathe through the frustration. I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel it. Feel your feelings. You're allowed to be frustrated. You're allowed to be that feeling of disruption, of irritability. But I want you to breathe through it and let it pass, and then see beyond it for what it is bringing to your life, what is asking pardon to be seen. So let's see what the tarot has to say. The 10 of Pentacles in reverse. I am going to flip it just for your own visualization. The Fool. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wow, wow, wow. The 2 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. Here, let's get you out of the glare. There is just so much juiciness in this reading, and I think you really need to hear this. All right, let's go. So, you are the Knight of Pentacles. You're continuously on this journey of becoming more responsible, more dependable, of really securing your foundation. And I think you got to a place where you thought you had it. There is a strong possibility that with this reversal, you have gone through a loss of a home recently, a divorce or a breakup from a relationship that felt very long-term or secure. It could be something more like you're moving off to college and the life you knew has been uprooted. I think for a lot of you, it was something that was more blindsiding you, something that you did not desire to happen, that really shook you up and shook up your foundation. But for others, it would have been just a more natural progression. It was something that you did see coming. But either way, I think you're losing and have lost something that really made you feel safe. There is that lack of a safety net, and I want you to take a moment again. We're going to take a lot of moments for this group, because just breathing into that and holding yourself and letting the pain you feel have a chance to be felt, to have a voice, so that it can also be let go. Because pile 4, wow. After that, we have, so he was reversed. We've got the Fool. So you've got this 10, which is the pinnacle. It's, it's the ending. It's an ending which leads way to a new beginning. And there is no new beginning like the Fool. Number 0 right there for you. And it makes sense that you're probably kind of confused right now, or things that you thought were true or believed to be true without a doubt have shown to be fallible, or there's something that's been shown to be not always true, and you're starting again. You're building something new. But the thing about the Fool, like, he's not without skill. They're not without strength. She's not without wisdom. It's a new beginning, but there are still things in your life that are loyal to you, that you are loyal to. You still have certain beliefs that you can hold strong to. You still have everything you've learned from this Ten of Pentacles. It might feel like a complete demolition of what you know, but you're building it with pieces that are stronger, that are more informed, and you're going to be creating a new foundation that is even more beautiful than you could have imagined before. I promise. I don't know. There are some of you that are going to find love. I'm just going to say it. This is such a loving card. It doesn't have to be love if you're not looking for a relationship, especially as well. This card is really about co-creation. It is about joining forces usually with a someone, but it's really about joining forces to create something even more I got a message from Spirit that's even more magical than you could have created alone. And Spirit saying that for some of you, it's not a person, it is literally Spirit. It is your higher self, it is your inner self, it is the universe that you are co-creating with. I think that for some of you, Spirit had to really shake things up because you weren't listening. You weren't listening to your heart, to what you truly desire. You were doing things from a place of expectation or necessity, or perceived necessity. You may have been building someone else's dreams. You may have been building a dream where you're settling. Let me rephrase that. Building a life where you're settling instead of, pouring all of your strength and your industrial nature into your dreams. I'm really getting this sense that you may not have seen what was possible. And so instead you just took the safe route. And Spirit right now, with what you're going through, is saying, no, you deserve better and more than the safe fruit and the fruits of that. And that thing that you're creating, here we have a different 10. So before we had the 10 of Pentacles, and now we're finding the 10 of Wands. And I just feel, I'm going to move this over. It's the same, this is the same character. This is you walking your path. And I almost see this as like it's a chimney sweep. I think. I could be wrong, but what I'm seeing is that. And the message is that there's this tidying happening. You're cleaning up this mess that has been left behind or perceived as a mess. And at some point through these lessons, you're going to swap it out for your wand. And this wand, this light here is your inner light. And this character is walking on these tarot cards, which represents your intuition. And the wands is all about passion. So you're going from, this perceived pinnacle of stability to a true pinnacle of passion, of what you would really desire. So that, the shakeups aren't fun. It can be hard, it can be scary, but I promise that it is what you need and what you deserve to build a life that will actually bring you joy and satisfaction. Sorry, I'm super excited for you guys. That was high energy there. We are going to wrap up your reading with a few oracle messages. I'm going to start with, oh my gosh, all right. Oh, all right, nope, no. Hey, we have them all, right? So New beginnings. It says it right on the card. But looking further, looking deeper, I was talking about wands, right? This fire, this dragon, and the fire inside, really embracing that. And then we've got the eyes of the third eye and the moon here. All of these messages of passion and intuition, of letting these things lead you into a new beginning. Here we have legacy, persistence. There's so much power in you. Oh my goodness. But I see ruin here. I do. I see some of these examples of broken foundations, of just something fallen. And it's just saying persistence is key for you, because you are on the right path, even though it might not look like it right now. You have a beautiful legacy to create, and anything that is falling right now is just making way for something better. I promise. Oh my gosh, pile 4! Pile 4! Look at this. This is why I love intuitive reading. I've got my goosebumps. I can't make this up. Here we've got a 4. The edge of evolution feels messy. And I don't think you like it. I don't think you like the mess. But I want to give you a hug, and I hope this reading can be that in some way, because what you are going through right now is divine. It is necessary, and it will make way for things even bigger than you dreamed of, than you dared to dream of. Thank you so much for listening, Group 4. Please drop anything in the comments that really resonated for you. Let me know, especially if you're struggling. Feel free to share that. And then head on to the description, where there will be a fillable PDF to give you a little bit more time to reflect with yourself. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video. We always have planets going into Mercury. Alyshia Rose Tarot. I'm so excited. Oof. We have Carnelian in the raw. I can't.